guys? What's up? This is Dark Helmet at 67. Sorry about the delay in the talking because I had to adjust a few things. So, so today is a very special episode because this is not Spaceball City. No. This is our North Pole world that I started creating forever ago. And this is not Mike because Mike is taking some time off. He wants to like do a little bit of his Christmas shopping before Christmas because Christmas is around the corner. Christmas is next week. So, so here's someone new today. We'll call her Sarah. Now, probably in like one of the previous, hold on just for a second. Now, you may have saw from one of the previous episodes that, that I named her Claire, but, I decided, that name just didn't work that well. So, I decided to name her Sarah. So, say hi, Sarah. No, not to the Arctic Explorer. To the audience. Sarah, come on. Here, let's move away from those other people. Say hi, Sarah. She says hi. So this is our North Pole world. You know, we're Santa's village, Santa's world, whatever. Hold on. Let's give Sarah a coat. Because it's cold over here. It's cold in this biome. We don't want her to get sick. So this is the outfit, the Arctic Explorer. And now for the face. Let's find Sarah's face. There it is. That's so cool. Sarah's wearing her winter jacket. Well, because she needs it for this biome, since it's cold over here. And that way she'll stay warm. Alright, so, let me guys give you a tour. Let's tour of what we have, what I have built so far in this world. Well, most of the world, Mike built it. But, I decided to, let's give Sarah a tour of this world so far, and, maybe hold on. Maybe Sarah could also add some stuff to this North Pole village, or North Pole world. Let's see, how do we want to tour this? Oh, here's a helicopter. Let's get inside of it. Let's go into Sarah's point of view and take off. So, this is the beginning of the North Pole. So you could probably tell because of this walkway or pathway that I constructed. And I built these pathways to help us find things around this world. Because, you know, if you don't build stuff and you don't, like, put a special landmark, it's easy to get lost. So, let's follow the pathway. Watch out for the trees, Sarah! Boy, this helicopter goes really fast. And there's a log cabin over here. That may be a little tricky to copy and paste and save because it's built into the snowy grass. So let's continue following the pathway. Following the festive pathway. You can probably tell the red and green and the gold in the middle. That's so cool. Alright, so here's our first block in our here's our first town spot in the North Pole. It's the same models. You can tell it's the same models that I built, except I painted them in festive colors, red and green. Red and green are the most common Christmas colors, you know. So, and this coffee sign in the glowy orange. That way Santa Claus and his little elves can come to the coffee shop and buy some coffee, maybe some cookies too. Maybe Santa can buy some milk and cookies at the coffee shop. And you have a festive themed bank over there right next to the coffee shop, so that way Santa's little elves and all, or anyone that visits the North Pole can do some banking. And next to it is a barber shop. That way a Santa can get his hair cut. And over here we have a snowman, a gingerbread house, and a reindeer house or a mistletoe house. I don't know. I don't know what you call that. It's definitely an in-game model, but I forgot what the name of it was. And in this North Pole world, there's also Santa's workshop. I branched off the pathway so that way, it goes in different directions around this world. Let's go this way. And, let's go up here. This right over here is Santa's workshop. I built this whole thing inside of this, the Ice Palace walls. I just placed down a bunch of sections of these Ice Palace walls, like different pieces of them, but I just painted them in different colors. Painted them in festive colors so that way it fits well with this biome, with this North Pole. We'll tour the stuff of what's inside. We'll have to spin the sky. And right over here is a clock tower. Also festive themed. That way, you know, when the clock strikes midnight, it's time for Santa to leave to deliver the Christmas presents. Okay, let's actually land this thing because gotta spin the sky. Gotta spin the sky, Sarah. Alright, sky is spun. Let's get back in the helicopter and continue on with this tour. So let's tour Santa's workshop. So as you would come in, this right over here is a little loungy area. That way Santa and his little elves can come here and have a snack break. And right in the middle, somewhat in the middle of this, is a reindeer sculpture. which Santa can look at it and admire the beautiful reindeer sculpture. You can tell Santa can make himself a cup of coffee or a cup of hot chocolate. What do you think, Sarah? Would you mind having? I bet you wouldn't mind having a cup of hot cocoa with marshmallows to help warm up your internal body. Hot cocoa on a cold day is perfect. Alright, back with the tour. This room right over here, this is Santa's list. Santa's naughty and nice list. Notice all these computers. That way, Santa's little elves, and even Santa himself, can come to this room and take a look at all the children around the world, making sure they are being nice. Because Santa has to find out who's naughty or nice. He makes a list and checks it twice. He's got to find out who's naughty and nice. Yes, I know, I'm ripping words off of the song Santa Claus is Coming to Town. That's such a good song. Especially the one by Frank Sinatra. The Frank Sinatra version of that song's pretty good. It's also featured in Polar Express. This section right over here, part of the Santa's workshop, this is the toy making machine. And if you notice, right, this part right over here is the buckets. Buckets full of toy parts, which they get dumped. Let's back up. And then they go onto a conveyor belt. Here we have some toy parts, for example. This is the builder, or the crane, or whatever. Or the magic duster, or whatever. Which would, if it's the magic duster, it sprinkles the toy parts with Santa's magic dust. And poof! They turn into toys! Isn't that an episode of Team Umizoomi where the trio goes to Santa's workshop and they figure out how does Santa's toy machine work? Isn't there an episode of Team Umizoomi like that? Yeah, I think there is. And that's where I got it from that episode of Team Umizoomi. Where the trio goes to the North Pole to see Santa's workshop, and they try to understand how Santa's toy machine work. I wonder if that's real in the real world. Like, do the toy parts get assembled with Santa's magic dust embedded in the toy machine? I think that is. Or maybe, I could be wrong. I think it's only in a cartoon. But I did place down. Yeah, I made a see-through window so that way Santa's elves can see the toys being made. And I did place down some toy parts, for example, right over here. And then once after... Let's actually go back up. We're a bit too low. Oh, no. Yeah, there we go. And right over here on this section, right over here, here we have some finished toys. Some of these come from in-game props, like the race car and the fire engine, and the robot that looks like a lot like Wall-E. Yeah, that robot does look like Wally. And the rocket ship, those are in-game prop. There's one toy, oh, and even the toy train too. But the toy train that's on the conveyor belt, that was one that I made. Because, like I said, I try to limit the amount of props I use because props slow the game down. So for most of my props, I try to use real bricks. And this right over here, whenever the toys are finished being made, oh, hold on. Let's actually get out of this helicopter. I have a better way of touring. Here, let's hop out of the helicopter. Let's actually tour the rest of Santa's workshop on foot, and we'll go into Sarah's point of view. Because I see Santa's sleigh, and that's how we'll tour the rest of the North Pole world. But this station right over here is what I was talking about earlier, while we were still in the helicopter. This is the toy wrapping station. And we have some toys on the tables. This is the station where Santa's elves would wrap the toys in wrapping paper. And then once after they are wrapped, they would be stored onto the shelves right over here. But I know these toys aren't wrapped, but we'll just pretend that those are wrapped and ready to be delivered to the children. Here, let's hop on Santa's sleigh. And that's it. Let's ride Santa's sleigh because this is a Christmas episode of LEGO Worlds. And this is meant to be festive. And yeah, like I said, this is meant to be a festive themed episode because this is the North Pole, and right over here on the front, I put a bunch of statues like a gingerbread man, a polar bear, a reindeer, snowman, Santa Claus. Those were statues that I copied from a brick build that was in the game. It was from an in-game brick build. I think it was the snowman statue, the snowman brick build, the giant snowman, which is that's this thing right over here. That's with the little Christmas tree in his hand and a little present. So over here, this is another town square. Okay, let's land the sleigh. Some of these are the same, like, or no. Let's actually get back in the sleigh. Because if I go away, the sleigh's just gonna respawn where I originally placed it. It's gonna respawn back at Santa's workshop. And I want to keep it there. I want to keep riding the sleigh so I can tour the rest of this world. This thing right here in the middle is a little hut or a gazebo. That's where Christmas carolers can come over here and sing Christmas carols. And we have a bunch of gingerbread houses, some painted in different colors, especially Christmas colors, like the pastel colors, like pink, blue, and green. Will you make it? Yes! We made it over it. This section right over here, this is where, this is where Santa's house will be. And right over here we have these, reindeer huts that I built using the, brick build. I think it's the unicorn stables. And what I did is I painted them red and green, the most common Christmas colors. There are two of them where I painted the walls red and the roofs green, and the other two I reverted. I reversed them. I painted the walls green, but painted the roofs red. And then for the accents and like the edges of the roof, I paint them in like the shiny gold color. So this is where the reindeer can sleep at night and be fed too by Santa Claus. And this section of the North Pole, I started to build an amusement park. It's that way, you know, whenever people come visit the North Pole, um, they can have some fun over there. And even Santa's elves can come here. And let's spin the sky. How are we doing? We're 22 minutes in. Not that bad. So right over here, this is a Christmas-themed carousel. For one of the animals, I modified them. I modified this animal. Originally, in the original model, it's a horse. But since this is a Christmas world, I modified it to make it look like a reindeer. I used the same design, but except I painted the actual animal itself brown. And I added the antlers, like those small black plates. And I even put a glowing circle plate. I made it look a lot like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Now somebody can ride Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. That's so funny. And here we have a Helter Skelter that's also in festive colors. And this right over here is the giant Ferris wheel. You know, the giant Ferris wheel from the showcase model? Except I painted it in festive colors. It's almost done because Mike was doing most of the work off camera, but since Mike has some time off, since he's taking the day off, maybe you could finish it, Sarah. Yeah, let's finish painting the Ferris wheel, Sarah. So let's take out our paint tool. We're gonna need our paint tool for this job. And I got started. Why don't you finish? Let's finish painting this other side of the light. It's kind of hard to see it because there we go. Now we're moving on to All right. Oh, this is the spot. Oh, wow. I think that's one of those tall bricks that we got to. It's kind of hard to see what you painted because it won't like reveal the new color until you move your cursor away from it. So right now my cursor is on the brick, but it's not showing me the new color. But when I move away from it, it does. It does reveal the new color. So that's kind of weird. Which makes it hard to see where you're painting. Especially when you're painting around lights. When you're painting light bricks, it makes it hard to see because you know, it kind of like feels like that you did not paint the brick, but you actually did. When you move your cursor away from the brick that you just painted, yeah, with lighted bricks, you know, bricks that you paint in like the glowy colors, and it glows in the dark, and it lights up the night, it makes it hard to see where you're painting, which brick you have selected. Because you could accidentally paint something, paint another part of the structure that you did not mean to. Okay? I have to go very carefully. But hey, we're halfway through. We're almost halfway through this whole structure. Now, some of these colors, yes, I thought at first that they were like actual bricks, but no. When I looked, but I even saw this when I was painting this model, that there's some plates. Yeah, there's some plates in there that one more plate on the top. There we go. Now we're halfway through. Now we just have to paint, keep going with this paint job until we get back to where we started. I get it? Alright, there we go. Yay. I mean, I can somewhat see which bricks I'm painting because of the cursor. I can see the little purple outline. So that helps. That helps me see where I'm painting. Oh, what did I just paint? Oh, the slope. Okay. almost there, Sarah. This Ferris wheel's gonna look a lot festive. Then we will do some decorating of it. We'll put a wreath in, we'll put a wreath somewhere. Now the question is, do we paint like the actual cars of the Ferris wheel, like these? Or do we just leave them white? I think we'll just leave them white. But if I change my mind, I can always paint them. So that's a long brick. We're almost there. Just a few more pieces to paint. And we will be done. Then we can do some decorating with the props. With the festive prop. Because there are some festive props in LEGO Worlds. Like a wreath. I'll have to look. I have a feeling there is more. There's more festive props rather than the wreath. So I'll have to look on the look in my props and see if there's any more festive themed prop. Yeah, there we go, got it. Sometimes it's hard to paint. Depending which angle that you're looking at, it's kind of hard to paint like around this truss, the support structure that holds the Ferris wheel. Sometimes you have to go at an angle, and sometimes it can be hard to see where you're painting. So sometimes you have to like, you'll have to you'll have to take your eyes off of the you'll have to move into a different spot just to see if you painted the right brick. And if you painted the wrong brick, you can always undo it. Alright, the other side, the other light has been painted. How many minutes are we in? We are 34 minutes. So let's just quickly place down a wreath somewhere. Oh yeah, here are all the other festive themed props. Like you have ice lamppost with a wreath on there. And you have these sweet stand, and a hot drink stand. And these fairy lights. But let's put a wreath somewhere. Somewhere where it will be easy to see it. Let's put it right over here. That looks like a good spot for it. Should we put it on top of this? That looks like a good spot. And let's do the same thing with the other side. Put a wreath there. There we go. And then the rest of the decorating, I'll do that off camera because we're running low on time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video of the North Pole world and got to meet Sarah. What are you doing with those dinosaur bones, Sarah? There are no dinosaurs in the North Pole. Alright, but anyway, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I say this again, of the tour of the North Pole world and meeting Sarah. Leave a comment, and hit the like button if you liked it, and I will see you guys in another video, in another LEGO Worlds video, whether if it's building Spaceball City or or whatever, or whatever world. So see you then. Bye-bye.